So yo, what's up Explorer gang, myself Sudhir Raj, hope you all are doing well. So in this video we are going to talk about data types in Python. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So since we're doing a series of data types in Python and this is the third video, first let's talk about in previous videos what we have learned. So in previous videos we learned about what is Python, features of Python, components of Python, window, modes in Python, programming and script mode and interactive modes, use of print function, variables, assignment operator and much more. So one thing I want you all to tell is that before watching this video, make sure to watch previous videos again. If you're new, then please make sure, and if you have watched all the videos, please watch it again. Now requisites for this video, what you will need for this video. So the first thing is a laptop with Python installed in it, a notebook and pen to note down important things and points, focus and memory to recall what we have learned till now, and a silent room and internet through which you are watching my video currently. So you have it and I know it. So let's get started. So data types. So there are three types of basic data types in Python. The three basic data types in Python are integer, int, float and string. Let's talk about them one by one. So first, integers. So the symbol of integer is int. Integer represents integral numbers, numbers which without any fractional part. There are three types of integer in Python and let's have a look at them one by one. First is integer, int. You have to learn all the symbols properly. Now description. Integers stores value in the range of 21474836648 to 21474836647. These are the two numbers in which integer stores values. And talking about the second type, long integers, long int. This is a symbol. They supports the value that lie beyond the range of integers. There is the third type of integer, which is boolean, which is symbol for is BOOL, and description of boolean is that it represents logical values in the form of true and false. In boolean, 0 represents false and 1 represents true, and it is an important point, so please note it down. Let me highlight it for you. Whatever thing I highlight, please note it down and I will look at it. So let's get into another data type. Float. Float represents floating point values, number with fractional part. The fractional part of the floating point number may be 0 as well. And this is an important point, and let me explain it to you. The fractional part of the floating point number may be 0 as well. 0. So let us understand this point with the help of examples. Examples of floating point numbers are 3.14, minus 48.6, 18.0, 13.0, etc. So what are float? Now till you have understand that float are numbers with floating point values. What is floating point? It means the decimal point. As you can see in all the numbers up here, 0.14, 0.6, 0.0. And let me explain you with another real life example. If I write 13.0, it means that 13 whole. Even if there is a 0 there after a decimal point, there is a 0, no matters. And the same thing is not with Python. Yes, Python will consider 13.0 as a float but not as an integer, since it has a fractional part of the floating point number with 0. Now talking about a string. The symbol for strings is str. A string data type represents strings of characters enclosed with quotation mark. This is the example of the two quotation marks, double quotation mark and single quotation mark. Examples of strings are hello, enclosed in single quotation mark, the Explorer gang, double quotation mark, ATCNs, single quotation mark, etc. You can use both single quotation mark and double quotation marks. There is no difference, there will be no impact of that. So now let's have a look at some examples of data types in Python. The first one I have taken as example is 15, which is the value, and it has the data type int, integer. Now let's talk about the second example, which is 7.9. 7.9 has a decimal floating point value. It means that it is the float. YouTube Studio, since it has characters, it is a string. And now the fourth one, the most important one, 7 is greater than 3. This is a logical value, and since it is a logical value, it is Boolean, which is BOOL symbol for it, and it is a Boolean. Let me tell you why it is known as logical values. If I say 7 is greater than 3, then it will be true. It means that there is some logic behind it, that it is true. If I say something it is true, there is some logic. If I say something it is false, there is some logic. And that's how you understand Boolean with a real life example. Now that's all we have for you today, and in upcoming video we are going to practice and see some examples of things that we have learned till now, and that will be very exciting. So stay tuned for that. We are going to have lots of enjoyment while learning, and I promise to you. Thanks for watching.